Have you ever noticed that the second you decide you want something new, your brain immediately goes, okay, what do I have to do to get it? It's like we're all programmed with this idea that to change our outer world, we have to grind harder, do more, take more action. But what if that's all backward? What if the real key to changing everything around you isn't about doing more, but about being more? Let's dive into that.
This phrase just hits home, doesn't it? That feeling that you're hustling, you're pushing, you're giving it your all, but it feels like the universe is pushing back just as hard. For every step forward, you get knocked 2 steps back. It's exhausting, it's frustrating, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack in this explainer.
So why does that happen, right? Why does all that effort, all that fighting, so often lead us right back to square one, just more tired than before? Well, it's because most of us are completely stuck in what you could call the action trap.
So the action trap is the super deep-seated belief that our actions are the cause of our results. It's this little program running in the back of our minds that tells us, want more money? Work more hours. Want a better relationship? Try harder. But that way of thinking totally misses the real starting point of, well, everything. It's kind of like trying to change your reflection by yelling at the mirror instead of just, changing the expression on your face.
So, if we want to get out of this trap, we need a complete shift in how we see things. It's time to stop focusing on the reflection and start focusing on the person making the reflection. See, the problem isn't what you're doing, it's who you're being when you do it.
And this, right here, is the absolute bedrock of this whole idea. The world you see around you, your bank account, your health, the people in your life, that's not what's creating how you feel. It's just a perfect mirror reflecting back the state of your inner world. Let's break it down like this. Your inner world, that's who you are deep down. Your beliefs, your feelings, that's the cause. It's the creator. Your outer world is just the effect. It's the reflection. You can't change the fruit on a tree by painting it. You have to go straight to the root, right? Your inner world is the root.
Think about it. 2 people can be in the exact same situation. Let's say someone cuts them both off in traffic. One person gets furious, their whole day is ruined. The other person just shrugs, figures the driver's in a rush, and moves on. The external event was identical, but the world they each experienced was completely different. Why? Because it was filtered through their own mind, their own inner state.
And here's where it gets kinda wild. When you scale this idea up, we all live on one planet, right? But really, there are about 8 billion different worlds operating on this planet. Every single person is living in a reality that is a direct projection of their own inner state. So even if we're standing right next to each other, you and I are literally experiencing 2 different realities. Okay, so if the inner world is the cause, how do we actually change it? How do we go from just wanting something to truly being the person who already has it? Let's use an analogy that makes this super clear.
Okay, let's say someone is currently a size 30, and their big goal is to be a size 22. Now, the old way of thinking, that action trap, says they need to start doing a bunch of stuff, right? Force a diet, force the exercise, you know the drill. But there is a much, much more powerful way.
So, picture 2 paths. Path number 1 starts from the identity of I am a size 30 person who really wants to be a size 22. This whole path is just a grind. It's struggle. It's forcing things, and it almost always leads to that dreaded yo-yo effect. But then there's path 2. This one starts from a totally different place. It starts with the internal decision, I am a size 22 person.
And that is the secret sauce right there. You have to be the person first. When you decide deep down that you are a size 22 person, what happens? Well, you just naturally start making the choices a size 22 person would make. You eat like them, you move like them, you think like them. The actions just become this easy, natural byproduct of who you've decided to be. The action just amplifies what's already true inside.
And of course, this isn't just about weight. This yo-yo thing happens everywhere. Think about the classic lottery winner who gets millions and is broke a few years later. They had the money externally, but they never truly became a wealthy person internally. Their mindset never changed, so their reality just snapped right back to their old baseline. They were doing without being.
Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, but how do we actually do it in the moment? When we're feeling stressed or stuck, how do we change our state of being? Let's get into the practical, step-by-step of how this works.
So let's call this inner state your frequency. You can think of it like a radio signal that you're broadcasting out to the universe 24/7. And that signal, that vibration, is what determines what gets reflected back to you as your reality. So, if you want to change your reality, you have to change the signal you're sending out. It's that simple.
Here is a simple but crazy powerful 3-step process you can use anytime. First, you just have to notice. Get good at catching yourself the moment you feel your frequency drop. You feel that fear, that doubt, that frustration. Step 2, stop. That's it. Just pause. Don't let yourself spiral down that rabbit hole. And third, reset. Consciously choose the frequency you want to be on. Say it to yourself, I am confident, I am at peace, I am abundant.
And hey, if you want a really high-impact way to practice this, use what's called the golden time. Those first few moments in the morning, right after you wake up, but before you've even gotten out of bed, your mind is super receptive then. It is the absolute best time to consciously set your frequency for the entire day. Decide right then and there, who am I going to be today?
And this all leads us to the final and honestly, the most empowering part of this whole thing. Because when you really get this, it doesn't just give you a new trick to try. It completely changes your relationship with reality itself. See, for so long, we're taught to feel like we're just victims of our circumstances. We think, oh, I'm so unlucky, or my boss is the worst, or the economy is bad. But that's looking at everything from the outside in. The profound truth is, you're not the victim. You are the cause. You're the one setting the frequency that attracts all those circumstances to you in the first place.
And this is the ultimate takeaway. This is the whole ballgame. Your destiny isn't some fixed path that's already been written for you. No, your destiny is just the long-term reflection of your most dominant frequency. So if you can learn to consciously and consistently change your frequency, you can literally change your destiny. Right here, right now. So it all comes down to this one simple truth. You're the one in control of the signal. The most important question isn't, what do I need to do anymore? The real question is, who do I choose to be? So I'll leave you with this. What frequency are you going to choose to broadcast today?